Welcome, viewers. I am Geeta Gujral, your host, and I'm thrilled to kick off another episode of Pedagogical Horizons, brought to you by Eduten India. At Pedagogical Horizons, we spotlight global practices that are reshaping how we teach and learn. Today, we are exploring the essence of Finnish pedagogy with Dr. Nicholas Correa, principal and director of the prestigious Finland International School, Thane, Maharashtra. So, viewers, what sets Finnish education apart? Is it the deep trust in teachers, the strong focus on student well being, or the way learning is made joyful and purposeful? Finnish pedagogy stands out for its learner first mindset, where autonomy, equity, and holistic development take the center stage. It's not about chasing marks, it's about nurturing lifelong learners in an environment of care and creativity. So, in this episode, we will discover the philosophy behind this globally admired system and the insights it offers for education in India and beyond. Let's explore the core of this approach and the lessons it holds for education everywhere with Dr. Nicholas Correa, Principal and Director of Finland International School. Welcome, Dr. Nicholas. We are delighted to have you with us today, and we look forward to learning from your journey as you are at the forefront of Finnish inspired education. Welcome,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you so much. Yeah, it's my pleasure joining this podcast, and it's
Thank
nice
you.
talking to you.
Thank you,
My
sir.
name, as I already said, Nicholas Correa.
Y-
I'm head of school in Finland International School in Thane.
Yes.
Uh, in my journey started in 1992, and I got almost 32 years of experience in education as an educator. And out of these 32 years, I'm principal for 27 years. Uh,
Oh,
and yes, and beyond school leadership, I'm also passionate about educational thought leadership and regularly contribute articles to various blogs, newspapers, and magazines, and so on.
lots to learn from
And
you,
other
sir.
than that, yes, I have also authored two books known as Crossing the Fence and Scaling the
Oh,
Heights. They are also available in Amazon.
wow.
These
I
books are mainly for students and teachers. Yeah.
Great, sir. I actually pleasure meeting you once again after knowing you like this as a writer because we have to reach out to the children, to the teachers, and that's how education works. That's how education works, sir. So welcome, and
Yes,
we are delighted to have you, sir. We're delighted to have
yes.
you. So, if I could just start with our conversation, sir, is something that something all educators actually are very curious to know. Finland has been ranked as the happiest country in the world for the eighth year in a row, if I'm right. And
Yes.
how does Finnish teaching, or I can say Finnish education system, connect to Finland's happiness? Is there a connect somewhere?
That's a great question and a powerful connection to explore. Finland consistently, as you said, ranks one of the happiest countries in the world consistently and continuously. Uh,
Yes.
one of the reasons is its background is education system there. Uh, Let me give you little point by point few things why it is possible. Yeah, the focus on well-being and less focus on pressure. Finnish education system prioritizes student well-being in their
Right,
complete
sir.
education, and there is minimal emphasis on examination and exercises and homework, but
Right.
high emphasis on learning.
Right.
This creates a less stressful environment in the school. Second, it point goes to holistic learning and not just academic. Finnish
Right.
teaching is about the whole child, not
Yes.
that we take certain things and we focus on that. The social, emotional, physical, cognitive development, helping the students to grow into balanced children.
Yeah.
Next comes teachers are trusted and respected.
Yes.
It is even otherwise everywhere teachers are trusted and respected, but in Finland,
Yes.
it is something special.
Yeah.
And here teachers are not only trusted and respected, even the qualification is also, they are also trusted and respected as lawyers or doctors as in any other country. It
That's
is mainly
great.
because their professional qualification takes more time than in any other country. In India, we have got 2 years period. For
Yes.
example, there it takes around 4 years period.
Really?
So yes, it is not
Wow.
like here. And the focus
Okay.
on psychology, child center approach, how we can bring in critical thinking in the classroom. That's what the focus is.
Right,
Then
right.
comes equality and inclusion. Every student, regardless of the background, ability, or has got access and equal opportunities to learning. There's a strong support and special needs, I think, especially for special needs and for every need of the child. And there's also standardized, not standardized, learning is standardized as per their needs.
Needs, correct.
Then,
So inclusivity,
as per the
inclusivity, inclusivity.
inclusivity.
Right, right,
And they
sir.
are very closely connected to nature. And they have
Okay.
got more breaks or recesses than any other country. They have got water break, this recess, that recess. And on this pretext, children go out
Okay.
and there is movement. There is movement. They connect to
Yes.
nature. There
Yes.
is a lot of social interaction taking place. There is a lot
Yes.
of passive learning taking place in this. So
Yes.
they have
Yes.
become, this makes them lifelong learners. There are a lot of life skills they learn. This model promotes lifelong learning and not just academic success. So
Yes.
this aligns a balance between work, then a family, and a personal life. So when
Right.
children grow into adults, they know what is work and what is family life.
That's great to
Yeah,
know. That's great to know,
yeah,
actually. I think that's the base for the happiness. So I think in the next few
yes,
years also we'll be seeing Finland being ranked top in the happiness index.
yes, that's true.
The
Maybe even
criteria.
other countries also need to take this example now.
Yes, because everybody needs to be happy, actually. Right?
That's
I mean,
true.
everybody needs to be happy. And I think what you're telling us is, I think for the viewers also, this is very important to understand that how this Finnish pedagogy is working, how the education system is working. And also, sir, I also wanted to ask you about how is it that the children become independent learners with Finnish pedagogy? Like you said, they're learning for lifetime learners. They're going to be lifetime learners. So, how does this happen actually?
Yeah, yeah. In the Finnish approach of education, student independence is heart of their learning, heart of their education. It plays a crucial role in shaping confident and resilient learners. And here it
Okay.
has happened. Let me give certain pointers.
Yes,
There
sir.
is a builds confidence and efficacy. So when they are given certain tasks, so they are not just what you call in the classroom where the child is able to speak, where the child does that task independently. The teacher monitors and helps the
Mm.
child complete the task. Not the teacher teaches. First, teacher gives the concept and student does that task on his own. Not
Scaffolding.
always. Yes.
Scaffolding. It's like scaffolding.
For
Scaffolding.
example, now, for simple, I give you a primary class example. Now, teacher is teaching addition or subtraction, or for that matter, anything. So
Yes.
this in addition, now teacher definitely would conduct certain activities
Yes.
and show them maybe with the balls, activities, games, or anything.
Right.
Thereafter, tasks are given. Maybe teacher has put certain balls and certain problems are given. Okay, come
Yes.
on. Now, children bring maybe two balls and maybe giving another two balls to another child. Teacher creates a story. When a
Yeah.
story is created, now child is bringing, John is giving two balls to maybe Mary. Now
Yeah.
he brings two balls from that basket and gives here. Now teacher is teaching
Wow.
addition.
How
And
beautiful is that? How
here,
beautiful is
generally
that?
we take a green board or blackboard, we try to solve those problems or sums. Now here it
Yes.
is done through stories. So here there's a lot of what do you call
Mm,
independence created.
yes.
Child
Yes.
takes a decision.
Yes. So the child will never forget what he did. So it's embedded in the child, and child will be happily learning. That's also very important. Joy of
That's
learning
true.
is there. The joy of learning
That
is
is
there. Right,
that is
sir.
true. And
So, right.
there are other points. It encourages also responsibility among children. So
Yeah.
when children are doing something, children need to own it. And there are
Right.
certain classroom rules which are created. Okay, what to do and what not to do. And
Right.
teacher does always say, do this, do that. So this is in collaboration. Now, someone is doing something wrong. The teacher will not pinpoint always.
Right.
Teacher will guide maybe once in a while. Now there is a classroom. Now students, they will see. The children know what has to be done where, when
Right.
to go
Right.
out, what has to be done. There are classroom norms. That is what is called responsibility.
They're part of the
Then it
system.
develops.
Yes.
That is true. Yeah. Then develops problem solving and critical thinking in the classroom. It is not that something is given. Now, teacher makes the child to think. Maybe teacher is teaching about blood circulation.
Right.
Now, it's not that just teaching the theory or the definition. Teacher gives the metabolism, makes the children feel. Maybe somewhere teacher shows a 3D, maybe through 3D movie or a image or a video where children are able to see. Blood circulation is shown. Thereafter, teacher gives example how blood is being circulated in our body, how
It's
it
like
is done.
real life example, sir.
Yes, that is called experiential learning.
Yes,
Experiential learning.
agreed.
Yes, yes.
And also
Then
hands
the
on with, I mean, yes, I mean, to put it in simpler terms for the viewers, hands on, they're learning hands on in
hands
real
on.
life
That is true.
situations. So they will
Then
connect.
comes
They will connect.
even that's true. Then comes the child's voice. Child's voice is very important. One of the most beautiful aspects in Finnish education is the belief that the students are partners in the learning process, and
Agreed.
their opinion and their feelings and interests matter. So these all things put together makes children independent learners.
That's good to know. And I think happy learning is always happy for teachers also. It happens with ease. But then how do you go to the assessment part of it? Because that part of assessment, how do you assess in Finnish pedagogy? How do you assess the children, how they're performing? I mean, do you have proper assessments? I know holistic development you did talk about, there are a lot of things that you consider while teaching the child, because I saw in your on your website there's a tree which talks about holistic development. So I know that that is happening, but how about the assessments? That part we need to understand, because that is something where parents are concerned, the children are concerned, the school heads are concerned, and teachers are concerned. So how about the assessment approach towards assessments?
That is Finland approach of assessment is radically different from other countries. It emphasizes on learning and not on testing, and growth over grades. Focus is not on marks. How does and what does the child learn?
Right.
Focus on formative assessments. So now I think even in India, focus on formative assessment is very high.
Yes.
After I think NCF 2005, after NEP 2020, the focus on formative assessments has gone high.
Yes,
The
it
core
has.
idea is to support learning, not judge. So
Well
after
said, sir.
learning something in the
Well, well
yes,
said.
the teachers use continuous and informal assessments like observations, classroom discussions, feedback, and how to understand the students' progression. So
Yes.
they do many informal things. That doesn't
Yes.
mean that there are no formal tests. There are formal tests, but there is a lot of informal things which are done.
Yes.
This is what you call uh, formative
Formative
assessments,
assessment. Because sir, in
and
NCF
that
2023
is
also, NEP 2020 and NCF SF 2023, we are talking about this kind of assessment, because one test will not tell
true,
you, I mean,
true.
where the child stands.
NEP is stressing on that.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and there's
Yes.
minimal standardized testing as compared to other countries. Finland has no national standardized test. Like here, we have got this public examination, that public examination. They do not have public examinations,
Okay.
so it's
Okay.
all left at the hands of the teachers in school. What they do, they trust their teachers, they trust their students. and they got a concept called academic integrity. So, which
Okay.
is also required rest of the place. That means they should not copy, they should not do this. That is where responsibility and independence comes. So
Yes.
here, the children know that it is test is for them learning. They're learning a
Yes.
concept. Test is not
Yes.
that someone is monitoring, someone is
Yes.
doing certain surveillance.
No fear.
Yes,
There's no fear of test. So
fear.
it's part
Fear
of
is taken
learning.
out.
Yes, the fear is
Yes.
taken out,
So
so happiness comes in automatically.
that is true. That is true. Next comes the teacher's autonomy. So when
Yes.
test is conducted, it's not test should be done this particular way. The focus is on the concept, not on the standardization. Whether the
Okay.
child knows the concept,
Right.
whether the child has understood a skill, whether is
Yeah.
able to do something based on that skill. Now, test is up to the teacher. Whatever teacher aligns or creates, the teacher knows the child better, not the
Definitely.
standardized test who is creating the question paper somewhere externally.
Well
In the
said.
classroom, teacher knows the student.
Yes.
Yes,
You're right. I think you're right. You said everything by saying this. The teacher knows
yes,
the student the best. I think the time spent by
that
the
is true.
child in school is far more than what he spends at home.
That is true. And even the feedback in the lower classes, it is more of there have a lot of descriptive feedback. So your child is good in speaking, or your child is good in sports. If it is good in sports, which skill the child is good at. In cricket, if he is playing cricket, whether he's good in batting, is bowling, is in fielding. So the description is given, the details are given. So even
Right.
here, like memorization, which area of memorization? Is I don't mean that rote learning.
Yeah,
Memorization
yeah.
is a skill. Yeah, and speaking about part of the intelligence.
Yeah,
How
right.
a child is able to do that? Maybe he is good in dramatization. Child is good in certain areas, good in singing, good in mimicking something.
Right.
All those skills. Yeah, and these skills are very important. And we consider in our learning mostly it comes what you call focus goes more on memory. I don't mean rote learning
Yes.
because 3 hours paper we write, the focus is only on writing. So here
Agreed.
focus goes on even practicals.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
different. It's different.
It's,
It's
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
What can schools across the globe learn from Finland's way of teaching? I mean, something unique that you feel, a message that you want to send to the educators and to the schools. Maybe one message, one big message that you want to send to the schools or to the fraternity, school fraternity. What do you want to say? One unique thing about Finnish pedagogy that is a takeaway.
There are two things what I need to say. One is happiness. Second one is trust. These things come once happiness and trust. This comes with responsibility.
Agreed,
It's not
sir.
that I'm happy. I want to do only this, but responsibility should go along with.
Very well said.
So yes.
That's very well
So
said. I'm happy. I just want to do this. So, I mean, that's not the way. It comes with the responsibility. So, the
that
trust
is
has to
true.
be there. The responsibility has to be there. Happiness and learning will follow. Am I right, sir?
That is true. That is true. That is.
So, thank you, Dr. Nicholas, for sharing your experiences and perspective on Finnish approach to education. Today's discussion highlighted the essence of Finnish pedagogy and offered our viewers a deeper lens into impactful learning, echoing core values of Finnish education. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As we wrap up this episode of Pedagogical Horizons, we are reminded that true transformation in education comes not just from new methods, but from the deeper values, empathy, autonomy, and joy in learning. Finnish pedagogy isn't just a model, it's a mindset that encourages us to reimagine what schools can be. Here's something to carry with you. When we trust our teachers and care for our learners, learning becomes more than academic, it becomes human. If you enjoyed this episode, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep the conversation alive and continue expanding the horizons of education.